I want you to listen to this. And I want you to give me your feedback on it. This is about unity. We want these problems solved, don't we? Many of us face these problems, and it's too many to list what these problems are. You know what problems you face every day, and you know what others face every day. We want these things solved. We want to finally not have to deal with these bad things that could be changed. So then, here's how we do it. Unity has always been the key. Now, let me break down how we would unify to get these things accomplished. Number one, we contact the athletes. Every black athlete there is on basketball teams, football teams, and otherwise. And we tell them our plan, and we ask them if they want to be a part of this unity. Because what we would require that they do is not play in any more games starting immediately until our demands are met, until they are willing to comply and listen to us and sort out these problems right now. And until the problems are sorted out, we will not return on the field or on the court. Let me tell you something. We wouldn't have to talk to anyone else in a professional setting because the athletics alone would get it done. Do you know how much money they make off these black athletes? Billions of dollars, trillions of dollars a year. Trillions of dollars a year. If they don't play in these games, they lose $1 trillion a year. As a matter of fact, they start losing money every day that these athletes don't play in these games. Imagine that. Imagine the Super Bowl not having any black athletes willing to play if they don't sit down and listen to what we have to say and solve these problems that exist in our societies, mainly because of them. Let me tell you something. This would be solved immediately. But it would take every last one of us. One couldn't just sit out and say, well, I'm not going to play. They could easily be replaced and maybe even fired. As a matter of fact, they would make an example out of that one. Look at the other football player that decided to go it alone and make a difference. They got rid of his ass, didn't they? Imagine all the players being with him since day one. They wouldn't have been willing to get rid of all the black players, now would they? This is the key. This is the key to unlock the door that's been locked for so long. I know that key will work, and you know that it will work. So then let's put it to work. We have to unify in order to form the key to unlock the door. See, this is needed. People don't want to talk about this because they're too busy trying to fucking rob you for money. They're too busy trying to use you to make a fucking 50 cents on this fucking YouTube shit. AdSense ruined YouTube. In my personal opinion, AdSense ruined YouTube. The only reason why these motherfuckers are on here is to make money, and you know it, and they know it, and everybody else knows that to be true as well. They could care less about anything that they talk about. They only talk about it because you want to hear it. It brings you to their channel. So they would be willing to talk about anything, whatever it takes to bring you to that channel in the fucking first place. This is a big letdown because everything is in disarray. Shit is worse than ever. People are broke. People are starving. People are dying. But still, that's not reason enough for all of us to get off our asses and do something, unify, and finally put a stop to these fucking deaths. Finally put a stop to all this fucking corruption and deception? Huh? You have people like David Harris Jr., one of many YouTubers that wants to really be white. He hates the skin that he's in. You can listen to him and tell, this brother, if I can call him that, denounced black people a long time ago. Now, whether his childhood was fucked up and he blamed it on being black or not, it's not as important as him becoming an adult and pretty much just walking away from his heritage. These white people out here, David Harris Jr., they still look at you as a nigga. They may support your channel. They may view every video that you decide to put up on any channel that you own. But at the end of the day, if they had to make a choice, they wouldn't choose you when it comes to their heritage. See, they can't trust you because anybody that would go against their own can't be trusted. If you would go against your own, you surely wouldn't be faithful to another nationality, another race. I cannot stand these traitors that hate the skin that they're in. The only thing stopping them from totally transforming is the fact that they can't change their skin color. And if they could, they would pay any amount of money. Listen, they would go broke if that's what it took to change their skin from black to white. They voted for Trump, knowing Trump is the biggest snake out there, but they still voted for him. You know why? Because so many white people voted for him. They love what white people love, and they hate what white people hate. And you know, the ones that's listening, you know that I'm telling you the truth. I'm not giving you something that I just came up with off the top of my motherfucking head. I got it directly from people like David Harris Jr., Tommy Sotomayor, that hate the skin that they're in. I don't know how many times I've heard Tommy repeat that he hates his skin, that he hates black people. This is what we have to deal with. We can't unify with that. We can't have any progress realized with people like that. So then what do? We give them a chance to change and wake up and come back to reality. If not, we leave them behind. If a war breaks out any time in the future, if it ever broke out, do you really think that these white people would excuse people like David Harris Jr. and Tommy Sotomayor? They would be the first ones to die. Do you understand me? They still view you as a nigger. You haven't accomplished anything. You have really, all you have did is made a complete fool out of yourself. You showed us that we cannot trust you, but neither can they. You're caught in between a rock and a hard place, and you don't even know it. And when you finally find that out, it's going to be too late. Now is your opportunity to wake up and come to your senses, David Harris Jr. And I can't stand when people like this continuously lie. They create a YouTube channel and they say things like, I was talking to my researchers the other day, and I was talking to my writers the other day. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? You ain't got no fucking researchers. You ain't got no motherfucking writers. You get your fucking news from the same source as everybody else. Ain't nobody working for your black ass. If anything, you working for them. I can't stand people to manipulate people into believing that they are something more than what they really are. They hate themselves so much that they're willing to lie on themselves. Oh, I got this and I got that and I do this and I do that. But all I ever see these monkeys doing is creating YouTube videos. If you're so busy, how come you got so much time to create all these videos back to back? Sometimes 4 and 5 a day. You don't have enough subscribers to really make it count for enough money that could actually take care of you. People, wake up. It all boils down to this. It needs your full attention to understand that people like this exist in our society, whether we like it or not. And we need to expose them and make them known. We need to talk about these things instead of sweeping it under the rug like we have been doing for far too long. Make it known, talk about it, conversate about it, and let's find a solution. All these problems that have been plaguing our society has been plaguing our society for far too long. It's time for something different now. And let me reiterate something. Trump is a snake, okay? Trump was never sent by God. He is worse than any fucking snake that you have ever came in contact with. And you're going to find that out more and more. Some of you already know now. You made a huge mistake and you acknowledge that. And the rest of you will be acknowledging that same thing. But it's going to take you a little bit longer than it took the others. I hope and I pray that it's not too late when you find out. I hope that the changes haven't affected you physically and mentally beyond any repair. And you know what I mean. I give you the truth because the truth is needed. I don't charge anything. I don't monetize because that makes no sense to want to make money off something that should be given freely to you. We have way too many people that's on YouTube that's trying to make a fucking dollar. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who is sincere and who's not sincere. So this is the way that you break this shit down. And it's going to be a lot of people mad at me, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm used to it. If they monetizing their channel, they're not thinking about you or anything else. The only thing that they're thinking about is money. And I've found that to be true with every single one that monetizes their fucking videos, man. You just want to make money. Doesn't matter what you talk about. You don't care about it. If YouTube would decide to take away their money-making opportunity right now at this moment, which they will in the future, but right now at this moment, they would quit. They would take their videos down themselves. YouTube wouldn't have to terminate their channel. They would terminate their channel. They wouldn't be willing to do this without the money. These money-making opportunities ruined YouTube. It really did. It ruined YouTube. YouTube now is something completely different from what it started out. But you know what? It's slowly going back to what they originally created this thing for. I told you they're making some changes. You didn't believe me. The rules and regulations are changing as I speak. And you are involved. The money-making opportunities will be stripped from you to allow room for the celebrities to create channels and make money. Because YouTube and Google AdSense would stand to make a lot more money with the celebs than with you. That's why they're dumping you. You can't see it going in that direction. How many celebs have recently created YouTube channels? Huh? A ton of them. They're going to boot you out. And it's nothing that you can do about it. I hope you didn't invest everything into this bullshit. Like some of you fucking idiots. Because if you did, you're not only an idiot, you're going to be a broke idiot. on the fucking street, starting from nothing, because this is about to be snatched away from you. I'm telling you that now. The writing is on the wall, and it has been for quite some time. I feel sorry for all of you that think that this money-making opportunity on YouTube is going to last forever, because it ends in 2018. They have already stripped this opportunity away from so many. You're not hearing from them because the channels have been terminated. They're done. Never to return. Because that's how YouTube wants it. They're going in a different direction. See, this is business. They stand to make more money off of celebs than off of you. They would bring in a lot more revenue. You just can't bring those amounts of people to your channels that celebs can. So you're done. The Dear Johns, in the form of emails, will be handed out. Some of you have already gotten it. And there's a whole ton of you that will be getting it in the future. Good luck.